Do you ever experience tightness in your hips as a runner? Have you been told that your glutes are not working properly, but you're not quite sure what to do about that? If so, then today's stretch is going to be very, very helpful for you as you become a more flexible runner, as you learn to engage your muscles properly, and as you become a more efficient runner and get rid of injuries that are bothering you. Now there's several muscles in the back of the hip that are going to be affected by today's stretch, not the least of which are your three glute muscles, the minimus, the medius, and the maximus, but other structures such as the piriformis, as well as the deeper hip muscles and the hip capsule itself, are all going to be positively impacted by the stretch we're going to cover today. So what you'll need to do for this stretch is to get down on your hands and knees and then bring one knee over top of the other calf. And the leg that you just moved, then you're going to walk it backwards until you're in sort of a pigeon pose position. And what you want to be very careful with for this stretch is that the front leg in this situation stays in sort of a 90 degrees of knee bend and doesn't get too far tucked underneath you. I've heard the phrase, put your ankle in your pocket, and we actually don't want that to happen. We want to keep our foot further forward than that to get an effective stretch. So in this case, stretching the right leg, and you want that right foot to stay forward of your left hip. So once you're in that position, what you want to do is drive your left hip down towards the ground and slide your hips over to the right to help create a stretch in the glutes and in the posterior hip of your right side. Once you feel a stretch there, then what you'll do is do some simple circles, either clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't really matter. And you'll do that about 30 times, feeling an effective stretch every time you do it. You want to push far enough and deep enough so that it's effective, but not to the point of pain. If you're making it painful, then you're going too far and you're overstressing the tissues. But you want to do that, again, about 30 times or until you feel a relaxation in those tissues. And what you may need to do is emphasize a little bit, a certain part of that circular motion. If you feel that there's more of a stretch in one part of that, then you're going to go to that position and do some gentle pulses out into that direction. In which case that'll create a more effective and a more personalized stretch for you. Now when it comes to those muscles as we run, those are very, very critical muscles for allowing us to land efficiently and make the transition from landing to pushing off. What often happens is if we have tightness in that area, it affects our ability to accept our body weight as a load. As I land on my foot, if I've got good flexibility, then I can load nicely there. If I don't have good flexibility, then that load gets transferred further up into my core, further up my spine, which means I'm going to have to expend more energy to accept that load and push it back off again. And it's going to cause me to compensate and compromise my form as I run. And it's easy to see how that's going to affect my running posture, as well as make me more susceptible to low back issues, hip issues, as well as hamstring and knee issues as I run. So if you can stretch that area effectively, then that's going to go a long way to making you a more efficient runner and keeping you feeling great as you train for your next race. So as always, please subscribe to the blog if you have not already. Share this video with a friend who may find it helpful, and integrate this into your own weekly routine to help you be a more effective runner. And check out the Facebook page for live videos, question and answer, and an opportunity to interact directly with me. So thank you for watching, and run fast, friends.